Hi guys, Ice Team Pro Tim Moore here. I want to talk to you today about gear maintenance. You know, I read a lot of reports online on forums and I hear a lot of complaints through emails about people who are unhappy with manufacturers when their equipment breaks. And you know, we fish in pretty extreme conditions. And extreme's relative to your area. You know, it might not get that cold in your area, but it gets pretty cold, you know, when we're out here ice fishing. And this gear is only going to hold up just so well under these conditions if we don't take care of it. You know, we have to be easy with some of this stuff. You can't just, you know, go banging stuff around when you're out on the ice and expect it to hold up when it's -2 like it is today on Lake Winnipesaukee. You know, I also see a lot of people put their gear away wet. They'll put shelters away wet. And I see them out on the ice, you know, the next day or a couple days later, and they're yanking on poles and they're pulling on hubs and trying to open these shelters up when they're frozen solid. And when a pole breaks or the fabric rips or something, they get upset with the manufacturer. You know, it's not designed for that kind of abuse. We do have to take some care when we set up this equipment and when we put it away and when we transport our stuff. You know, it's not bulletproof. But there is a lot of protective equipment available. You know, like these rod tubes from Clam Outdoors, they're new this year. I love these. These are one of my favorite items. You can keep, this is the larger 40-inch. You can put, you know, 2 rods inside this. These are 38-inch Jason Mitchell Mackinac rods. I'm lake trout fishing today. And you can get 2 of these inside one of these rod tubes. And they're gonna be much more protected than they would be with just a rod slick or just laying in the bottom of my shelter when I'm towing them out across the ice. You know, and we have soft packs for our Vexilars that, you know, can protect the screens and neoprene covers. But you know, we can often get lulled into a false sense of security when we use this protective equipment, thinking that now that I have my rods in a case, they're bulletproof and I don't have to worry about it. But the protective equipment itself also has its limitations when it's -2 or even 2 or 12. You know, plastics get brittle when they're cold, and the plastic tube that's inside this rod tube, if I go yanking that thing out from underneath other gear, it's going to break in these kind of conditions. You know, my soft pack, the clear front on my Vexilar soft pack case, if it's wet or it's -2 like today, I got to be gentle with that when I'm opening it and closing it, because it's brittle and it'll break. You know, we do have to take some care, but given the manufacturing of this equipment and how well it's made, you know, these plastics and lightweight aluminums that a lot of these shelters and a lot of this equipment is made out of will hold up really well if you take good care of your equipment. Just a little bit of care is going to go a long way, and you're going to get a lot of life out of these products. I'm Tim Moore for Ice Team, and I'll see you on the ice.